State Rep Julie Alexander, and welcome to Grown in Michigan. In today's episode, we're going to learn more about a very important industry in the state of Michigan, sugar beets. Most likely, some of the yummy Halloween candy you had, or some of the baking that you're about to do for Thanksgiving and Christmas has our own Michigan-grown sugar. This Michigan co-op, Michigan Sugar, is owned by 900 farmers, busy feeding us not only in our state, but around the nation.
Sure could use a slice of that front porch swinging kind of life.
Did you know that more than half of U.S. sugar comes not from sugarcane, but from sugar beets? It's true. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, about 55 to 60% of sugar produced in the United States each year typically comes from sugar beets. I met with the Bauer family at their sugar beet farm in Reese, Michigan. Adam and his cousin Ted shared their expertise.
We have the right growing weather for it. Our seasons are right from like Elizabeth was saying, with the Saginaw Bay helps with our weather. We have good soil here in the Saginaw, and it's also cooler for storing the beets through the winter.
Michigan is one of 11 states that grow sugar beets, and we are the only sugar beet producing state east of the Mississippi River. Records from the U.S. Department of Agriculture show that Michigan farmers produced nearly 4.4 million tons of sugar beets in 2020.
Crunchy, like an apple.
Yeah.
These beets will go into Bay City. They go across a piler, which will take the beets up a conveyor. It tumbles them and cleans them again, and then it puts them into a pile for storage. And then whenever they need that particular pile of beets to go into the factory, they will come out with loaders, load them up, haul them into the factory, and slice them and turn them into sugar.
Records from the U.S. Department of Agriculture show that Michigan farmers produced nearly 4.4 million tons of sugar beets in 2020. Sugar beet farmers plant their crops in the spring and harvest them several months later in September and October, according to the American Sugar Beet Growers Association. The association also notes that a mature sugar beet generally weighs between 2 and 5 pounds.
There's a hole in the ground, the beets will get dumped in there, they get conveyed up to the top, they get cleaned again, and then they get floated in through the flumes into the factory, and then that's where they'll go into a slicer, and that all them blue buildings and stuff is all factory operations, and slicer, desugarization, and then it'll come out and it'll end up in these silos over here, and that'll all be pure white sugar.
In 1906, 6 companies merged together to form Michigan Sugar Company. Ownership has changed hands a few times, but in 2002, the farmers who provided the company sugar beets purchased Michigan Sugar. Today, almost 900 grower owners run the cooperative, which is now the only sugar company in Michigan and the 3rd largest sugar beet processor in the nation. The Michigan Sugar Company has 4 processing facilities in Michigan. I went to the process facility in Bay City, where Elizabeth Taylor, the company's agricultural relations and communications manager, showed me around and discussed how the facility produces the sweet sugar we all enjoy. I enjoy learning about Michigan sugar beets from farm to table. Who doesn't enjoy tasting all the delicious treats that contain sugar? You too can taste the sweetness that comes from sugar grown in Michigan. Do you have a story to tell? If you or someone you know has an untold agricultural story here in Michigan, I want to hear about it. You can reach out to me at juliealexander@house.mi.gov.